Good evening. Thank God it's Tuesday. Anyway, nagkamali ako kanina kasi hindi ko na double check, na triple check yung destination. So I wasn't able to add a Facebook page through the destination personal account ko. Doon ako nakapag-live. Anyway, so FJ here again, your cheerleader to healing after cheating. And welcome back to our Tuesday for Jesus Love Therapy. If nasubaybayan mo, then it is now episode 7. So episode 7 na yung FJ or for Jesus Love Therapy. And I've transferred the schedule from originally Friday to Tuesday because of our church activity rin sa Friday evening. So, mas importante sa akin yon kasi it's our prayer meeting. And I guess I have emailed about that as well. So it's really the only reason why I transferred the schedule. So anyway, of course, live na live tayo ngayong gabi. So we're also live sa free hack community or healing after cheating community. I've added the destination. And we're simultaneously live on our YouTube channel. So I'm not really so active in uploading videos in on our YouTube channel, but sa live section, I'm including the YouTube channel as well for weekly live para masali na yung destination. So, I'm not sure if you can hear me loudly. Let me just go ahead and double check on my end. If you can hear me live, you can comment number 1 for me to see if anyone is hearing me clearly. If you can hear me clearly on your end. Let me go ahead and see. I'm just really double checking if my audio is well and good before I proceed. And I hope everything is fine with the connection. Wala namang ulan ngayon, so hmm. Okay. I think my audio is well and good naman on my end. Hopefully. So, mm, well, tonight I'll talk about the very simple lesson of, yeah, in this episode, I'll talk about how you can fight without losing the crucial weapon behind your victory. Nagkamali yung destination ko kanina, but I'm actually happy that I was able to redo the live one. Anyway, okay, let me go ahead and see in my end. Mukhang, okay, meron kasing upgrade pa itong tool na ginagamit ko sa aking trouble. Okay, there we go. Mute ko na lang muna. Okay, wait lang. Oh, by the way, if you're watching from the free community, you can make sure you also start maybe tagging whoever you knew inside. And if you're watching from the Facebook page, then you can also share the live directly to your friends. Of course, if you think that maybe someone nakakilala mo needs to hear this, then it would definitely help them as well. And if you're watching from my YouTube channel, we're live on our YouTube channel. So every week, kasama siya sa destination of this live for Jesus love therapy. Ang gugma. Anyway, hindi naman tayo Dear Charo dito, pero I'm actually talking about principles to healing after cheating aligned to the Bible, aligned to the biblical principles, and of course, uh, aligned with the psychology as well, with the behavior of men and women. Now, let's go ahead and dig deeper. Okay? Right. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Hmm, wait lang. Hmm. Oh, hi Riza. Sabi niya, God bless you more, Miss FJ. Love, love. Oh, love, love. Yeah. For Jesus Love Therapy. So we're promoting love. The highest form of love is not just a typical or puchu puchu kind of love. My goal is every week mapag-usapan natin yung about God's goodness sa buhay natin. So sabi ni Riza dito, love love daw. Yes, love love lang tayo. All right. So I'm glad you're tuning in, Riza, and to the others as well. It's already evening, and yeah, wait lang. Ah, okay naman siguro yung audio ko. Mukhang okay naman. I'm wearing headset para ma-double check ko yung audio from time to time. Okay. Hindi na ako magpapaligoy-ligoy pa kasi gabi na, and I'm sure if you're a mom, I guess you are preparing already. You're on your bed right now, and I'm really choosing the evening schedule even before that the schedule was every Friday kasi gusto ko lang naman na bago ka matulog ma-experience mo yung pagmamahal na meron si Lord para sa'yo. You know, when it comes to living life after betrayal, it's always challenging kasi most of the time maybe you'll feel like nobody loves you anymore, nobody understands you, and you'll feel like parang saklap ng mundo, parang napaka-unfair. Even my students would always tell me, would PM me and email to me those ups and downs of their emotions. So, it's really challenging. Kung meron ka ngang cheerleader na direct mong nakakausap, it's you're still having triggers. How much more kung ikaw lang mag-isa, right? That's why God really impressed on my heart to give time also for others who are not inside our Godly Builders fam, and para inside or outside the Godly Builders fam, I'm giving the best love that is coming from the Lord. You know, napakasarap magmahal araw-araw when you know that the kind of love you're experiencing is the love that is unusual, an unconditional love na walang makakampantay. That's why it's really more beautiful if you're going to exercise. The last time I guess I've talked about the two, the last therapy I've talked about the importance of really following the two top top commandments. So for today, I'm going to talk to you about this principle of being right. Alam ko kasi na kapag you are healing after cheating, may mga bagay kang gustong gawin na alam mo, feeling mo yun yung tama. Gusto mong ipaglaban yung karapatan na meron ka. Like, for example, you're a legal wife and you would love to fight for your right. Alam mo, parang I remember meron ngang legal wife na nag-email sa akin telling me na gusto talaga niya na mawalan na ng trabaho yung husband niya to get even and also to do it as a revenge thing. Kasi siyempre, iniwan na rin sila, hindi rin naman din nagsu-support. So, it's really, really challenging sa part ng isang depressed, cheated mom trying to be a mom and dad at the same time, right? So anyway, when you when actually ngayong gabi ko lang 'to inisip ano yung mga lessons ko. I'm always telling my students, actually wala akong mga drafts or anything. I just prepared verses for this evening na feeling ko I'll just have a short chika with you for this evening. Itong ginagawa ko kasing for Jesus Love Therapy is just me sharing and connecting to you. Para at least kahit hindi tayo magkakilala, meron kang parang nakakausap at least lang naman once a week, 'di ba? Na alam mong nakakaintindi sa'yo. Kasi it's important na merong someone while you're battling with depression out of betrayal, to have someone listen to you without judgment. I've personally known cases wherein feeling nila walang nakakaintindi sa kanila. So, they have almost committed suicide, and it happened even to my students. So, I'd love to share to you Proverbs 14 verse 12 for tonight. It is said, it is mentioned, it is written, there is a way that appears to be right, but in the end, it leads to death. Hindi ko ata maano. Not sure if na-send din sa ano, dito sa stream. Anyway, again, there is a way that appears to be right, but in the end, it leads to death. May mga bagay while healing after cheating na feeling mo tama na gawin. Like, I understand if you'd like to push for filing cases and alam mo yung mga times minsan na your feelings are just valid, parang gusto mong gusto mong manabunot, gusto mo gusto mong manampal, all those feelings are just actually valid. Kasi nasa peak ka ng emotions mo. And people who have not experienced the literal pain out of betrayal would easily judge anyone who have experienced this kind of trauma. And people would try to misjudge you. Sometimes nga sasabihin na parang parang wala kang pinag-aralan because of what you do or how you act or how you how you respond to criticisms and any negative situation that you're experiencing. And dahil nga sa mga battles you'd love to also prove in the end na ikaw yung tama. Pero alam mo, I've I've always been firm even to my students regarding my belief. Okay? So it's really never healthy while ikaw isa kang depressed student mom undergoing the trauma of betrayal at the same time dahil sa pain mo you would be so much anxious and worried about many things, laging napupuyat kasi hindi ka makatulog, and then dahil sa galit mo you you would you would file any case pa. So It's mentioned in Proverbs 14. Proverbs is a book of wisdom. Wisdom is so important in our daily lives. If if you would love to have peace within you, which I believe every depression cheated mom wants, then you really needed to have this wisdom always as your guidance towards peace and inner joy. So, according to Proverbs 14, verse 12, there is a way that appears to be right. It just appears to be right. Mukha lang tama. Right? Mukhang tama kasi kung legal wife ka nga naman, siyempre nakakainis nga naman yung kabit, parang ang sarap sampalin hanggang ang sarap 'di ba kung isa kang legal wife, ang sarap pamukha sa kanya na sampid lang siya or what do you call that? So, sarap ipamukha na na ikaw yung mas may karapatan. Pero nakalagay dito na, "But in the end, it leads to death." Why death? Not really literal na death na mamamatay ka, but slowly, slowly it kills your mental, emotional, and even worse, your physical health. Kasi this is just actually one typical illustration that I'm actually sharing to you when you're filing a case. Why? Why does it lead to death? Kasi nga, you're going to follow lots of process wherein you're going to make kalakal sa lahat ng mga past issues to just prove that you are right? What you feel like you're doing is right to prove that you are right. Then what is really more important to you? To prove to everyone that you are right? Or would it be right for you to just feel peace? What would it be to you if you're going to convince everyone and prove to everyone that you are right if at the end of the day, wasak ka naman? Okay? So, lagi kasing tinatanong sa akin 'to, like sa email, they're going to file a case daw. I have nothing wrong. I feel nothing wrong about it if you'd really like to push it. But personally, I don't recommend it, lalo na if you're suffering from depression and more anxiety. Kasi the process alone is really going to kill your mental health. You'd have more trauma trying to defend yourself just to be seen as right, para lang manalo sa laban. Kasi at the end of the day, just experiencing the trauma is already enough for you to stop fighting on your own. I'll just go ahead and refresh. Feeling ko nagkaka-error yung tool na ginagamit ko, parang loading. Anyway, so there. Proverbs 14 verse 12 is very clear. Now let's look at this second verse that I've actually picked for you. I'm not sure bakit siya nag-loading dito sa end ko. I just hope that nothing wrong is happening on your end. So verse 17, a quick-tempered person does foolish things, and the one who devises evil schemes is hated. Okay. Di kasi ako nakapag-prepare ng slide. I just want to have simple chika lang naman for this evening bago ako matulog. After this, I'm gonna sleep, and I hope you can sleep as well with so much peace, joy, and love. Kasi yun naman talaga yung most likely gustong-gusto natin. Sino ba naman ang ayaw ng peace of mind? It's even priceless. Kahit billionaire ka pa, millionaire, kung wala kang peace of mind, still, isang iglap lang, puwedeng mawala lahat sa'yo. Kasi kapag wala kang peace of mind, your physical health would be affected. Siyempre araw-araw ka naman anxious, araw-araw ka parang nagbabaliw-baliwan sa kakaisip ng kung ano-ano. One day, don't be shocked kung physical health mo hindi na makalaban. And that's why, ano man yung ipon-ipon mo diyan, ano may mga investments mo, lahat-lahat 'yan kukunin sa'yo. And that's how important peace of mind is, right? And that's why we're doing this, and I'm doing this for everyone. It's for free. Hopefully, hopefully mapulot ka at least a thing or two out of the lesson that I'm sharing for this evening. It's not for me, it's for you. If I don't care about you, I wouldn't do this anymore. Anyway, verse 17 of Proverbs 14. Just would love to highlight this again. A quick-tempered person. Quick-tempered. Ikaw ba yon? Baka konting issue lang, biglang galit ka na. Baka hindi ikaw, baka yung husband mo. Siya na nga yung nag-cheat, siya pa yung galit. Bakit kaya gano'n siya? Well, kasi nga, it's part of defense mechanism. He's also filled with so much guilt dahil sa nagawa niya. He's also anxious and worried. Pinapadaan niya lang sa galit niya. Psychologically, that is a behavior that he wants you to see out of his behavior, that he wants to defend himself. He wants to fight. Kasi whenever you are in a situation, according to psychology, you can just either fight, laban sa laban, or flight, tatakbo. So, if your husband is now fighting and mas galit pa compared sa'yo, na sinisisi lahat sa'yo, or you know, sinisigaw-sigawan ka or whatsoever na parang wala lang namang remorse, then, that's because he's a fool. Straight to the point. He is indeed a fool. He's making a fool out of himself. So a quick-tempered person does foolish things. Remember. Kaya nga, kahit ikaw yung niloko, kung paiiralin mo yung emotion mo and easily triggered ka, but I tell you, it's a valid emotion. Pagdadaanan talaga 'to ng lahat ng mga naka-experience ng betrayal. Yung kahit anak mo dadaan sa point na masasaktan mo kasi kasi alam mong parang lahat ng galit parang mabubuhos mo sa anak mo kahit wala namang kasalanan yung anak mo. I hope I hope malampasan mo yung stage na 'yan as soon as possible. Kasi in every betrayal case, pinakakawawa ang mga bata. Ano man yung struggle na pinagdadaanan mo, grabe man yung sakit, yung parang mabaliw-baliw ka na, at the end of the day, mas kawawa ang mga anak. Kasi kung ikaw, feeling mo nawalan ka ng husband, broken na yung family mo, yung anak mo, hindi lang isa na parent ang nawala, both ang nawala. Example, kung yung papa niya may iba ng kinakasama, nawalan na siya ng tatay emotionally and mentally, then ngayon, pati ba naman ikaw mawawalan ba naman siya ng nanay, physically present nga pero mentally, spiritually, emotionally, socially absent. Hindi naman lang makakapaglaro, wala lang playtime sa anak. So, you can now do foolish things because of the emotional trauma that you're experiencing. And the one who devises evil schemes is hated. So be careful about this. Bilang isang niloko, if you have experienced betrayal, you should be careful kasi sasakyan ni Satan yung mga emotional battles mo. And most of the time, you can think about things that hindi naman ikaw. Your inner demon would come out of you. And baka isang araw, biglang pumasok sa isip mo na pagtangkaan yung buhay ng husband mo, or maybe ng anak mo, or maybe ng anyone around you. And hindi lang ang tao sa paligid mo mag-hate sa'yo, pati si Lord. Yung number one lang naman na lagi mo kakampi, i-hate ka na. So, yun yung mas dapat mong katakutan. I-hate ka ng nag-iisang nagmahal sa'yo mula sa pool, mula sa simula, na kahit ikaw hindi mo na nga siya minamahal, nagkakamali ka rin paulit-ulit. Pero paulit-ulit ka ring pinapatawad. Right? So who are we to not forgive? If kahit tayo nga hindi nga tayo naging perfect, pinapatawad rin tayo. Pinapatawad ka rin paulit-ulit. Okay? So, from Proverbs 14, verse 17. We have mentioned from verse 12 na parang right lang siya, pero in the end, it leads to death. And in Proverbs 17, now, it leads to death because you are now devising some evil schemes. Kung hindi man ikaw, maybe yung husband mo, out of the foolishness that is stirred up. And in verse 18, it's mentioned here, the simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. Prudence means you know the difference between good and right. You have this good judgment. You have the wisdom in looking ahead, looking at the future. You can calculate things na. Okay? So, it's important for you to understand na for you to calculate things ahead of you and for you to see the future, to have the clarity in your vision. If ano nga ba talaga yung gusto mo sa relationship mo? Ano nga ba talaga yung gusto mo to improve the status of your family? Then you needed knowledge. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Paulit-ulit ko 'to sinasabi nga sa mga students ko, even in the Bible is mentioned many times. Knowledge here in Proverbs 18 is mentioned na you can have, okay? The prudent are crowned with knowledge. Knowledge can be achieved or you can get it. Knowledge is equal to information. You can get it from books, from seminars, from trainings, even from your spiritual leaders, from mentors, from coaches, and even through any learning material, from courses. If you're a student, you're getting knowledge from the school, from the books that you've read, from your teachers who are your mentors, right? And learning should never stop. Kaya nga it's so saddening why marriage relationships are not taught in schools. Kasi this is the very foundation of society. So, nagiging late ang pagturo ng foundation wherein ito yung dapat pinakaimportante na makuha ng knowledge or ng information ng bawat isa. Kasi family is the smallest unit of society. So a nation won't prosper without a strong family. And it's really my desire to have this wisdom for every family, the roles of men and women. And ikaw na nakikinig ngayon, kung isa kang nanay, na hopefully mas ma-appreciate mo and mas ma-value mo yung gift that inner seed within you as a woman. Kasi bilang babae, napaka-valuable ng power na meron ka. The ever first original sin won't happen if a woman isn't powerful. And you know that, you know the history about Adam and Eve. And even with the Abraham and Sarah and Hagar, the very first account of the Bible with the forefathers, with the patriarchs from Abraham. Abraham won't be swayed to, you know, make physical act with Hagar if Sarah didn't influence him. Ganun ka-powerful ang isang babae. And that's why your power as a woman can either be used for good or for evil. And that's why I pray for every woman out there na hindi pa rin nakakakita ng tunay nila na value and using their inner power to inflict pain on other family, other women na kagaya naman nila. I feel so much compassion, and yung pinakauna talaga is awa. Awa that turns into compassion to these women. Because once I felt like I also have not maximized the potential, or somehow I have forgotten the inner value that I had. Manipulated and controlled. And submission is really always important inside marriage. And if your husband as well is following God's laws, because it is written, wives, submit to your husbands, but husbands, love your wives as yourself. So, diyan nagkakaproblema. Kasi, the notion of men is for their wives to submit to them, but the wife, the wives can't submit to husbands if they are not treated well, if they are not loved. And there are different kinds of love, different ways of loving, different love languages that women prefer. And for men, love for men and love for women is totally different. For women, I know most likely you really love affection. So it's shown in different ways too. Napakahabang topic nito, pero anyway, babalik ako sa nasaan na ba ako? Kung saan anyway. So there, the simple inherit fully, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. Again, dito pala tayo sa knowledge kanina. Dami chika. Anyway, gano'n talaga ako kahit natatawa nga ako kapag mag-ano kami, mag-Godly Builders Therapy kasi kung saan-saan na umaabot yung yung daldal ko. Anyway, so I just I just really hope I just really hope na you can exercise more of that knowledge. Okay? And even through this For Jesus Love Therapy, I hope may nakukuha kang knowledge or inputs or information that hopefully you can apply into your very own life and relationship and marriage, of course, which is the beginning of a family. There's the God, there's creation of man, there's the creation of woman, and there's the marriage. The man and the woman became one. And then, there's a child, it became a family. Or, kayong dalawa muna, you can be a family naman. Kasi baka mamaya, yung mga walang anak dyan, baka sabihin nyo, bakit so wala pala kaming pamilya kasi wala kaming anak. You can be a family too in your own perspective. Okay? So anyway, verse 19 from Proverbs 14, evildoers, ito, this is somehow God's promise to you. as long as you also do your job following His ways. This is very harsh for those who are not doing good, and very promising for those who are faithful to God's laws until the end. No one is perfect. I knew that, but at least you are doing your job, you're you're doing your task to at least follow with all your heart. Nakikita naman ni Lord yung puso mo. Okay? So evildoers will bow down in the presence of the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous. Again, just for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna repeat Proverbs 14, verse 19. And this is God's promise to you for today. Through me, I'm just a vessel here. I'm just God's representative here, used for this ministry that God imprinted on my heart. But it's mentioned here again, evildoers will bow down in the presence of the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous. So, as long as you're following God's principles and laws, you might not know how, but God would make ways one day. Lahat na nang-aapi sa'yo, they will bow down in your presence. And all the wicked people at the gates, sa gate mo. Grabe na promise, ano? But of course, take note, presence of the good and the gates of the righteous. Now, let's be clear about this. Hindi lahat ng tama, hindi lahat ng mabuti ay tama, at hindi lahat ng tama ay mabuti. Again, hindi lahat ng mabuti sa tingin mo ay tama sa mata ni Lord. At hindi rin lahat ng tama sa mata ni Lord ay mabuti sa tingin mo. Sounds confusing. So, there are times wherein we consider ourselves too righteous. Kaya nga, most people are going to throw something at Christians. Will tell these people na, huy, kung sa Bisaya pa, huy, naunsa naman siya, uy, feeling righteous. Feeling niya tama, siya na lang perminting tama. Murag bag, walay, kuan, lagi buhat na, unsa. Isa man na siya sa una kanang dili maganda siya perpekto, dagan maganda siya binuhatan, right? Sa Ilonggo pa. Do sa sino-sinugid. Sa sino-sinugid magamba. Po, nungudamo man gani isang ginimo nga mga ano man, mga hindi man maayo. But you can never judge anyone. Kasi it's also written in the Bible, the first would be the last, and the last would be the first. So, baka mamaya, biglang nag-repent at the last time, yung nanakit sa'yo. And so, God saw their hearts, and God's favor is now on them as well. And that's why, although there is this promise, I am cheering you on to keep doing what is right in God's eyes. But I am also warning you, hindi lahat ng mabuti sa mata ni Lord. Hindi lahat ng tama sa mata ni Lord ay mabuti sa tingin mo. That's why, if you're studying the Bible, those who are following the way of Jesus, his life, his ministry, most of them are persecuted. Most of them are really suffering under man's laws. And so you just needed to be open about that. And that's why you need more wisdom. You need to get more information through the books, through any mentor that you have, physical or online man, through courses, through seminars, through trainings. Get more knowledge, more information for you to understand better what you needed to do and for you to have more wisdom to take action to apply sa relationship or marriage mo. Okay? Kasi verse 22, you need to check your heart always. Do not those who plot evil go astray? Be careful. Baka dahil sa lahat ng mga bitterness mo, sa puso mo, dahil niloko ka, baka mamaya nag-iisip ka na rin ng something not so good about your husband. Or maybe about the other woman. Imbis na nasa iyo ng favor ni Lord, mapunta pa sa kanila. Kasi baka nagre-repent na rin yung husband mo or yung other woman. Tapos ikaw ngayon, ikaw na naman tong gagawa or magpa-plot ng evil. So you will go astray. And God's favor will be lost. You won't be favored anymore. Okay? But those who plan what is good find love and faithfulness. Again, verse 22 from Proverbs 14. Do not those who plot evil go astray? But those who plan what is good find love and faithfulness. So I hope and pray for you that you may find and experience the right love that you deserve. The love that is unconditional, the agape love. I have talked about agape love in the past episodes. So I hope na nag-sink in yun sa'yo. And I hope that you can experience the agape kind of love. The love that is unconditional. No ifs, no buts, no when. And that agape love is normally from God's love. His love is agape. And if you ever find a person, if you are married right now, then seek that kind of love through God. If you are not married, I hope and pray you find the right man for you. You meet the right man for you in Eden, the original man and woman whom God created have met in Eden. I hope God display you to the right man so that the man can really be aligned to God's original design. And I hope and pray for that man to be firm in God's original instruction of protecting Eden, protecting your relationship, protecting your marriage. And so, meet someone who is in Eden. Someone who is in Eden so that you would no longer be astray if you aren't married. If you are married, then you can find Eden through God's love. And one day, who knows, you attract him to be back in Eden. Huwag ka nang lumabas ng Eden. Have him come to Eden. Okay? I hope natutunan ka. Simpleng chika ko for this evening. My only desire is for you to really experience the love that I am experiencing right now. The unconditional love. It's so beautiful. And it's now past 10. So, hanggang dito na lang yung simple chika ko with you for this evening. And as always, I'm just here cheering you on to healing after cheating. So, if you'd love to hear more motivational motivational messages or personalized healing after cheating advice, subscribe to our email and I wish to send to you more value. Okay? So you can go to our website www.godlybuilders.com. Okay? And that's it. God bless you. See you next Tuesday. And don't forget, as a woman, you're destined to be the light and the godly builder of your home. God bless you. Bye for now.